now my rant. I saw a patient yesterday, and it just really rubbed me the wrong way. This lady came to me as a second opinion for her vein problems. Definitely had veins, definitely had varicose veins, definitely symptomatic, no problem. Pain, swelling, uncomfortableness, in terms of the quality of her life and her activities in normal daily living, it was bothersome to her, but didn't really put her out that badly. A couple of things really drove me crazy. One was, and I reviewed her chart from this vein clinic. One thing was that they had recommended ablation of her saphenous vein system, but she'd clearly not done conservative management. She'd clearly not worn support stockings. She said she wore them once or twice and that was it. That's just not adequate for conservative management. So she clearly not had conservative management. She hadn't worn support stockings. She was very active. I mean, she was quite active and in great shape. Her weight was excellent. I told her, you need to prop your legs up a little bit more. You're on your feet all day. She was one of those really active people. On your feet all day, take a break once in a while, get off your legs. But she'd clearly not worn support stockings. Her symptoms weren't that bad. But this vein clinic had recommended to her that just for her right leg only, she have 6 separate procedures performed. I'm not talking about sclerotherapy. I'm talking about lasering, foam injection, and that's just ridiculous. If you ever go to a clinic and they recommend, over 3 procedures per leg, that should be a warning sign as far as I'm concerned, that they are doing things for the wrong reasons. And you can read into that whatever you want. But if they're doing more than 3 procedures per leg, I'm talking about invasive procedures. Again, this is a general kind of rule. I'm sure there's special situations where that happens, but I'm just seeing it far too frequently where these clinics are recommending up to 6 procedures a leg. First of all, they recommend them all be done in a separate setting because if they do 2 procedures at the same setting, the second procedure is reimbursed at 50% of the first procedure. So if you get, for example, if you get $1,000, let's just say, for the first procedure, if I do a second procedure on a different vein on the same leg at the same time, instead of another $1,000, I get $500 reimbursement. So they're recommending 6 separate procedures, 6 separate times, so they can maximize the reimbursement. And then they're recommending 6 procedures, which is just ridiculous to me. So again, your individual case may be different. I've got to say that, but I've been doing this for a long damn time. I have yet to recommend 6 procedures on anybody. And so just be a little wary or leery of situations where multiple procedures are recommended per leg. And I'll just leave it at that. Get another opinion. There's no harm in that. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about, kind of going personal again, I went to see my heart surgeon and what her recommendations were for my mitral valve issue. I think it's just kind of interesting to see that, physicians go through this crap too. So we have to deal with it, and maybe I can kind of impart some logic on how to think about this stuff, although I make mistakes too in terms of my decision making. Anyway, we'll see you all tomorrow.